train and feed them.
But why was the chariot so important when it contains only one archer? Well, the trick is that it combines the two classic capabilities of infantry, shock and missile capability. The bows the charioteers used were of the highest quality, far better than any used by the common soldier. Let's go!
Yeah!
The chariot could run rings around infantry formations, attacking them in the flank and in the rear, always keeping out of range. If the infantry did try to charge them down, well, the chariot just ran away and you could shoot backwards, hit them as they came on. When the infantry fled, you could easily catch them up and ride them down. They were excellent for scouting work, for lightning raids, and for bringing back intelligence quickly. And as in open warfare, the only defense against a chariot was another chariot. Everybody wanted one. Right, we have another test for you. Here's the chariot, and there are the horses. We're going to drive you around a circle of 4 targets. I want you to hit 3 of them with arrows, 1 of them with a javelin. Let's rock and load.
Yes, that's what I meant. The ability to shoot a bow and throw a spear from a bouncing chariot at full speed was vital. But as our team discover, the rock and roll really make the lock and load difficult, let alone actually hitting the target. But after a few tries, our team get the hang of it, and they manage to hit some targets as they sweep by. Next, our team combines the ancient skills they have learned to compete against each other using the weapons of the Bible.
Right, team, for your final challenge, we've set you a course of various combat tasks. You'll get a point for each hit, and the course will be run at a fast pace. First, you'll have a spear fight with padded spears. Then, you'll have to hit that target with arrows, javelins, and slingshot. And finally, you jump in the chariot and hit your targets on the move. Good luck.
First up, it's Chris against Scott with the padded spears. Whoever gets 2 solid strikes to their opponent's body will win the first round of the challenge.
Go!
Both men stand their ground, but in an instant they strike simultaneously and each score hits. But then Chris flies forward and gets a second solid hit to Scott's stomach.
Hit that!
In his hasty retreat, Scott sprains his ankle. This may hinder his chances in the next 2 rounds of the challenge. Next up are Dan and Dave. Both fighters are more cautious, looking for an opening. Dan uses his hand to deflect Dave's attacks and then makes a stab to his opponent's stomach. Dave's looking for revenge now and gets a hit to Dan's chest.
Good hit!
Dave blocks a shot to his face, but misses a double hit to his stomach. Dan wins 2 points in the first round to tie for the lead with Chris. Next up, it's round 2. Scott shakes off his twisted ankle and sets himself up for the second round. He scores a point with his first arrow, but misses with the second. Then loses his concentration and misses both javelins and slingshots. He's off to the third round with only 2 points. Next up is Dan. Surprisingly, he misses both shots with the bow, but makes up for it with 2 hits using the javelin. The slingshot continues to give our guys problems, as Dan misses with both stones. Dave, still sore after losing the spear fight to Dan, lines up his bow and knocks up 2 accurate hits for 2 points to get him back in the game. But then blows his chance for the lead by missing his next 3 attempts. Only a hit with his final slingshot keeps his hopes of winning alive. Chris races to his mark and immediately gets another point, then narrowly misses with his second arrow. But 2 lucky javelin hits make up for his inaccuracy with the sling, and he exits round 2 just in the lead. Scott's first up into the chariot, and immediately he's back on track with 2 hits out of 2. But then he loses his concentration and just misses the third arrow target and the javelin target, worth 2 points. He ends up with only 4 points. Dan Dan starts off well, nailing the first soldier, but then fails to knock the arrow and completely misses the second target. No excuses now, as he has plenty of time to line up the third, and he gets it. But can he get the double point with his javelin? No. Dan ends up our current leader with 6 points. Dave is determined to be our latest Conquest champion and starts off strong. But then he fumbles and drops his second arrow and can't recompose himself and misses the third target. Only the javelin can keep him in the running. And he gets it, scoring 2 points for a total of 7 to move past Dan. Finally, Chris lashes himself to the chariot, and we're off. Chris gets the first, second and third targets with authority, but can he get the javelin too? No. But it doesn't matter. Chris has won with 8 points and is this week's Conquest champion.
The warriors of the Bible used a whole array of weapons, first of stone, then bronze, and finally iron. Our team has experimented with many different and surprising techniques of combat, as we have learned how to win with the weapons of the Bible.